Very good evening, friends and traders. I'm Nalnakshi Swami. Welcoming to my channel, Smart Index Edge. Before showing you how one can take how I took trade with the help of rolling pivots, I'm going to demonstrate you. Before that, little bit of understanding of the price behavior and the structure you need to understand. See here, the market, this was the level. On 7th October, market was coming up from the downward fall. It made an high, made higher high, and then made a low. And here in this area, this is the midweek of the month. 1, 2, third day. Third day, the price had closed over here around 25,327. I'll zoom it out. Let me make the midweek of the month highlighter little bit color a little bit lighter so that you can see you can see the small dozy. I am on the 2-hourly candle. 2-hourly candle, that means after 1:15, the last 2 hours candle was formed like a dozy. And the next day, it was a gap up. Gap up. And there was a liquidity gap over here. It was visible from here to here. There was a liquidity gap. I was anticipating the price to come to this level before itself because the market morning showed 150 points gap down. 150 points on the gift Nifty, it was showing gap down. Now, after this one episodic pivot option reflection, it reflected the EP around 26,022 on 29th. Later, price could not go above that and price had come down. It was a selling day and it came to this exactly to this level. You can see over here, the price made a low of 25,318. If I place the cursor, it was 25,327 and this is the flip level at 25,308. So it has market has selected this around this area 27 and 25,318.4. Maybe if you go to the inner structure, probably that level may be available for you. So market took, you can see the rejection bar over here. Rejection bar over here, and this is 3 levels of drop. 1, 2, and 3. The other one is a liquidity sweep. That is an intention of the big player. Now, if the market has to take support from this area, the market, it is not completely, today it was a Friday day and this was an trade actually to show that. And from Monday, this month's midweek is going to start. Midweek is going to start and the price can come down and sweep this liquidity, this buyer's liquidity around this area. Can do that. If it does like that, if there is any sweep of the liquidity around this area, from Monday onwards, I can anticipate reversal in the market towards the upside. This is the midweek of the month. Market may reverse from here to here and then it may come up to this level, 25,972. This is my anticipation. These are the midpoints. So now this is the why, and I'm going to, this is the level I knew before because of my price action knowledge. I was anticipating this level. So what I did was I kept 25,400 option, call option. I didn't go for 25,300 deep in the money, but I went for 25,400 call option. I knew that it will become cheap. So when it becomes cheap, I was closely observing the price action, what will happen. With the help of my rolling pivot, I was able to take the trade. I'm going to demonstrate you first the price action of Nifty. Later, I'll go to 25,400 call option with the help of this rolling pivot. How you could have taken trade. I am enabling the rolling pivot over here. I'll go to the 5 minutes time frame. Where is that? Yeah, it's here. 5 minutes time frame, and see the market gap down, and I want a balanced line to form. Unless a balanced line is formed, I'm not going to enter into the market. See, market gap down, this is the balanced line which formed around 1055. Around 1055 only the balanced line formed. So till then, you are not going to trade, and this support line increased and the price was above the GannHiLo. Then the buy was initiated into the market. I came to know that it is going to go higher because the market was able to cross this level, opening level, was able to trap all these sellers and was able to cross this level. I was confident and I made a statement for for my group of traders that they can go long with this. I'll show you how you can take a trade very slowly, how you can enter with the rolling pivot. Let me enable the 25,400 call option. Let me start the playback mode. See, you need patience to trade in the market. Unless you have patience, then you cannot gain anything. These are my EP markers. EP markers. Immediately there was an EP formation in the market after the gap down. When there is an EP formation, that is an indication of buying was initiated in the market. Later I will wait for the pullback and retest. That is the policy. When you see the EP here, you are going to wait for the EP. It has to go down and it has to trap. Let me zoom in and I'll start the playback. Now you can see price slowly. It could not balance at all till 11 a.m. 2 hours, it took 2 hours because it was a gap down. When there is an imbalance, huge gap down, minimum 2 hours is required for the price to balance out. But this flagged out, episodic pivot flagged out, indicating that big players are entering over here. After the entry of the episodic pivot, usually it will shake out the weak hands. Whoever tried to enter into the market, immediately it will not go. It is just like an Wyckoff accumulation. It takes time. It comes down, you need to understand, comes down. Again, it came down. It made an attempt. It could not cross that level. And final attempt was the breakout of this level. This is the double top, breakout of the double. So I was closely watching this price action. Let me start with the rolling pivot, how you can take the trade. I'll show you with the replay mode. Let me go to the replay mode and let me start from the beginning. Okay. Let me be a little bit slower so that you will understand how rolling pivots behave and how they adjust, how they balance out, how they form the balance line. When the balance line is formed, until then you are not going to enter into the market, but you are now going to note down what is going to happen in the market. I'm starting the replay button. Let it start. Where it has started. Yeah, it is starting. Can you see over here? That on 7th. Now it will start. Today is 7th. Price coming down. Price opened not very deep, 146. It is coming down. Can you see here? Let me take out these drawings so that you can understand the price behavior. See, price could not sustain. It came down to 77 rupees. You can see there. Price started coming down to, then EP is formed. That is the first symptom that big bulls are entering into the market. Then it was a trap. After the EP formation, you need to wait for the pullback. And I am closely watching these supports also. I am marking the support line here. I closely watch the dents on the support also. Not on the price. I want to see how this S1 is behaving and how the pivot is behaving and how the R1 is behaving. See, if you see this, R1 is not showing lot of volatility. Excuse me, friends. I'm sorry for that. But the S1 is started showing lot of volatility. You can see the wide expansion on the S1. The price is coming down. EP was formed over here. Yes, now it is 10:30. Market is forming a first balance line. That means after the 1 hour, a balance line is pivot balance line, new balance line started forming over here. Let me take the tool and show you. This is I am marking this balance line. Something unusual happened in the market. GannHiLo changed its color. The trend change it was indicating, but the GannHiLo was descending. It was descending, it was not ascending. You need to have the observation thoroughly. So balance line was formed and you can see balance line is rising. Balance line is rising. Still, I am not convinced with this. This is the indication of the GannHiLo forming the level. So I came to know that market is going to form a range over here. So balance line, price came down to the first formed balance line. Now let us see what it is doing. Yes, this is the time all my pivots turned green and price is above the GannHiLo. Till that time, the price was not above the GannHiLo trend changer, friends. Okay. Now market picked up. Moving higher. Now it is 126. This is the time it started from the baseline. Let us 11:15 now. It started a baseline around here. Let me change the color to this baseline so that you will recognize how the baseline started increasing. 11:30 now, the price moved higher to 161. Around 11:13, now it started forming next baseline because around 12:15, one more balance line will be formed on the rolling pivot. So it is a natural process. When the price moves away from the GannHiLo, immediately I can make out that it is an exhaustion in the moment and my rolling pivots are changing to gray color, neutral. And if you notice that buy signals are not plotted on this, only here on this candle buy signal was plotted. Again it changed its color and it is alternating between the green and gray. That means it is going to continue. Let us mark the balance line of this level. First formed balance line of 12:15, all the pivots joined. Now 12:15 exactly London time, there is a market went through that and my episodic pivot indicator is plotting. It is time for the pullback. Let us see what it does. Price is moving and the balance line is increasing. So any discount is a buying opportunity. And also I will show you my other indicator. I will enable the other indicator. See, this one. GannHiLo CPR indicator. When I enable the CPR indicator over here, dynamically the CPR was formed over here. The level to watch. So level of resistance to watch 223, 242. So since the market has balanced at the higher price, it is natural to anticipate price going to touch this level, around this level, 216 to 200. These are my levels of resistance because still it is descending CPR. Just watch out, friends. Now 1 p.m. 1 p.m. still the market has gone sideways for 2 hours. From 11:45 to 1 o'clock, 2 hours. Same thing it did 2 hours sideways and again after the up move, it is going sideways. The GannHiLo is telling the no threat actually. One more balance line has been formed over here around 115. 115, one more balance line has formed and see the pop-up and the price moved to price moved above and it is almost reaching my CPR level. The price is around 198 and it made an high of 207. You can see it is 207 on this candle. Again, after reaching this, it is still. And EP has been plotted around 194. Buy EP was plotted around 194 and price went there and it is showing exhaustion. Now it is 145. 145, the balance line. Let us plot the balance line over here. The balance line has increased and the price started coming down. The three levels of rise has been seen in the market and buy EP has been initiated. One buy EP has been initiated. Here there was a pullback. So same thing it is market is doing there. It has come down to 133 from 198. No, 207. Now price is running. Just see what the price is doing. So the beauty of the CPR indicating that that is the resistance and the balance line. When the price started falling below the balance line and the AP, see now price pulled back, the same behavior it showed and it is pushing up. From the level was around 143. If I place the cursor, I can see it as 136. From 136, it was a push up to the balance line and almost market is around 3 p.m. So if you would have taken the position around 86 rupees by seeing the balance line shifting with the rolling pivot, I am demonstrating you how you can take beautifully enter into the trade with the rolling pivot. With confidence you can trade with the rolling pivot. That is the beauty of the rolling pivot. Rolling pivots are dynamic, they are not static. They are not static. It rolls along with the price. So now 3 p.m. the market underwent through consolidation. So 2 hours of consolidation. Again after 135 to 235, 1 hour, 3 p.m. it is undergoing through consolidation. The price could not cross the CPR and it started moving down. So now 3 p.m. it is 3:10. Let us see how it has closed. This call option now trading around 163.7 and probably this may be the end of the journey. So it closed around 167. And if you see the balance line has increased, it decreased and it has increased and closed near the balance line. So this is how you can take the trade so confidently with the help of rolling pivot. Rolling pivot, and it has been designed such a nice way. It changes color when the price moves above. Here if you would have entered by seeing around 84, 86, here early, you could have caught this move up to 207. The entry is very, very important. You should not enter in between. So this is an indicator. Rolling pivot is one indicator with the GannHiLo. Another indicator, episodic pivot, directing in showing the institutional price entering into the market. So if the institutional money after the gap down, first institutional money entering, it is an indication that market going to stabilize around this price, and you need to watch keenly what is the price it is going to stabilize. You can see there after the episodic pivot, it came down to the episodic pivot was around 99 rupees, 100 rupees, and the low of this episodic pivot was 85 rupees. Exactly at this level. Let me take a 1 minute. Hold on. Why? Yeah, exactly at the bottom of this episodic pivot, the price popped up. See the beauty of the institutional money. Institutional money showed, flagged out that he is entering into the market. Then there was a pullback to shake out all the weak hands, and then it was a rise up to this. Again, it was a shakeout, but it did not go to this bottom. It was 78 rupees, 75 rupees. And it made a higher low, 80 rupees. So then it picked up once it started crossing the EP level of 87, 8, what is the level? 86.6. Let me coordinate with that. Let me go to the coordinates, and 86.6. The line I am adjusting, this is the 86.6. Let me make it a solid line so that it is visible over here. Let me change it to red color. This is the reference line. You can see how the pivots changed their color, and the trend changed over here after this much of rotation. This is a natural process which happens after the fall. The first pullback will be there, and then that is the Wyckoff principle. So you need to go and study. I'm not going to explain the Wyckoff principle over here. Then it comes down, it makes an attempt and makes higher low. So it is sweeping the liquidity of this. This is the low of this candle, that is 79.95. It is not sweeping this liquidity. It had already swept the liquidity, and you can see my shorter time GannHiLo, which is attached to the another indicator VCP, volatility contraction and CPR and CPR. See, this is the volatility indicates, the green dots indicates there is a volatility contraction, indicating that a expansion is going to come. Expansion is warranted, and when price started moving above the this episodic pivot level, there was a blast. You can see traders from 86 to single candle blast of 109. 86 to 109 means 14 plus 9, 23 points in a single. Who can create that? Only big money can create this wide range of bar. After that, there was a pause. So once you have entered into with conviction and confidence with the institutional money and the rolling pivot, you have to hold this. So they are not going to come down. Their intention, when they are flagged out, they will take out this level, and already my CPR was indicating. You can see over here, CPR was plotted over here. It is dynamic CPR. It plots. It is not like dead CPR or anything. It started plotting over here well before I was aware that at this level only I am going to get here itself. Around 145 itself, it was visible. I showed you. And the EP is reflecting with the labels. You can see EP reflecting. This yellow color is for the pullback and this is for the breakout. And again, one more EP has been formed. So market has shown multiple EPs today on this day. So it is Friday, any dip, this is the level. This is the big player level. Any dip in between is a buying opportunity on Monday. Most probably, market may go sideways, same behavior since it is a V-shaped recovery. It has to rotate because from Monday onwards, midweek of this month will start. So that is an very, very, very useful observation for us, and we have to quarantine the stocks, which are all the stocks which have given this bullish episodic pivot. Then you can keep them in your watch list and to trade them. So they will show reversal in the market and you will get swing trade or positional trade for 3 to 4, 5 days. Market can rally. It may go sideways and it can rally. So friends, this is how you can trade so confidently with the help of rolling pivot. Thank you very much. Nalnakshi Swami signing off.